What if I told you that the next grid down crisis could hit sooner than you think, and most people won't be ready? Stores empty overnight, no power, no help for days. This isn't fiction, it's coming faster than you think. Stick around because today's video could save your life. Hey everyone! I've been deep in prepper forums talking to survival experts and checking Walmart's top-selling emergency items over the past few weeks. What I found was shocking. Some of these essentials are flying off shelves faster than toilet paper in 2020. In this video, I'm breaking down 13 survival goods you can still grab at Walmart before panic sets in. You'll learn what real preparedness looks like and why some things you already own might be more valuable than you think. And hey, if you've noticed any shortages or price hikes lately, drop it in the comments. Let's see if we're all seeing the same signs. Item number 1, canned foods. Let's start with the most obvious, but absolutely essential item on this list. Canned food. You've seen it in your pantry, maybe even forgotten about it until you heard that clunk while reaching for the flour. Beans, tuna, veggies, soups, you name it. These little metal time capsules are one of the easiest, cheapest, and most reliable ways to stock up on food that won't go bad for years. Here's the thing, when the grid goes down, fresh food is the first thing to disappear. No fridge, no freezer, no grocery store restocking shelves. That's why having shelf-stable options like canned foods isn't just smart. It's survival 101. And the best part, most of these items are already at Walmart. Priced so low you'll wonder why you didn't grab a few extra cans last time you were there. Canned beans are a powerhouse. They're packed with protein, fiber, and nutrients. Black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, they all work. Toss them into rice, make chili, or just heat and eat. Same with canned tuna. It's light, portable, and loaded with protein. Add mayo, crackers, or throw it into a salad. If you still have some greens lying around, don't sleep on canned vegetables either. Yeah, they might not be as crisp as fresh ones, but they hold their nutritional value and can be eaten cold or heated over a small flame. Carrots, green beans, corn, these are all solid choices. And let's not forget canned fruit. Not only does it give you a sweet treat in tough times, but it also gives you energy and vitamin C, which becomes super important when you don't have access to fresh produce. Item number 2, peanut butter. Let's talk about something most of us already have in our pantries, but never think of as survival gear. Peanut butter. That creamy or crunchy no judgment jar in your cupboard is more than just a sandwich staple. It's a survival food powerhouse. Peanut butter is packed with calories and protein, it's dense, it's filling, and it gives you energy when food is scarce. In a grid down scenario, you're going to want foods that are high in fat and protein because they keep you full longer. Peanut butter checks both boxes, and it tastes good too. Most jars have a shelf life of around 6 to 24 months depending on whether they're natural or processed. The regular stuff from Walmart holds up pretty well over time, especially if stored in a cool, dry place. And here's a bonus. You don't even need to cook it. Just grab a spoon and go. It's also incredibly versatile. Spread it on crackers, mix it into oatmeal, or eat it straight out of the jar like half the population during the last major crisis. If you're smart, you'll stock up on a few extra jars next time you're at Walmart. You can even find single-serve packets now, which are perfect for grabbing and going. Another thing, peanut butter doesn't take up much space. You can stash a few jars in your emergency kit, under your bed, or in a bug-out bag without worrying about weight or bulk. And unlike other survival foods, this one actually feels like a treat. So while it might not be the first thing you think of when prepping, peanut butter deserves a spot on your list. It's calorie dense, easy to store, and keeps for months. Plus, let's be real, it makes hard times just a little bit sweeter. Item number 3, bottled water. Let's move on to something that sounds simple but is absolutely critical, bottled water. You might be thinking, I can just boil water if I need to. And sure, that works if you have a way to boil it. But when the grid goes down, power's out, and stores are empty, having clean water on hand isn't just smart, it's life-saving. Most people don't realize how much water they actually need. The rule of thumb is at least 1 gallon per person per day, 1 for drinking, 1 for cooking and hygiene. That adds up fast, and trust me, when the taps stop running, you'll wish you had stocked up when it was easy. Bottled water is cheap, widely available, and easy to store. Grab those 24 packs from Walmart while they're still on the shelves. They take up space, sure, but they're worth it. Stack them under your bed, in a closet, or in your garage. Just make sure they're out of direct sunlight and away from chemicals. Also check expiration dates. Yeah, water doesn't technically expire, but plastic bottles do. Over time, harmful chemicals like BPA can leach into the water. So rotate your supply every 6 months to a year. Drink the old ones and replace them with fresh packs. It's an easy habit to build into your routine. Here's another tip. Use water for more than just drinking. You'll need it to cook, rehydrate food, clean wounds, even stay cool during hot days. Without clean water, dehydration sets in fast, and that's not the only risk. Contaminated water can carry diseases that hit hard and fast. Item number 4, manual can opener. Let's talk about something small, simple, and easy to forget until it's too late. Yep, I'm talking about a manual can opener. You might be thinking, I've got one already, no big deal. But trust me, when the power's out and every bite of food is precious, you'll wish you had two. Because here's the cold, hard truth. All those canned goods you stocked up on won't do you any good if you can't open them. Most people don't realize how easy it is to overlook this one. They buy beans, tuna, soup, you name it, but leave the can opener behind. Don't be that person. Grab a sturdy hand crank model from Walmart, the kind that feels solid in your hand and doesn't break after 2 uses. Electric can openers are great when the lights are on, but during a grid down scenario, they're just another paperweight. A manual one, that's your golden ticket to survival meals. It doesn't need batteries, doesn't need charging, it just works. Here's a pro tip. Keep one in your pantry and toss another in your emergency kit or bug out bag. That way, even if you have to move fast, you've still got access to food wherever you go. Item number 5, flashlights and batteries. Let's talk about something that might seem obvious but gets overlooked more than you'd think. Flashlights and batteries. When the grid goes down, the first thing to go is the lights. And suddenly night isn't just dark, it's really dark. No street lights, no phone screens, no glow from your fridge every time you open it, just pitch black. That's when having a good flashlight becomes more than just convenient, it becomes essential. LED flashlights are your best bet. They're brighter, last longer, and use less power than older models. Grab a couple different sizes, one for around the house and a smaller one for your bag or glove compartment. You never know where you'll need light. But here's the catch. Flashlights don't work without batteries, so don't just buy one set and call it a day. Stock up on AA and tape-away batteries while they're still on Walmart shelves. Store them in a cool, dry place so they last longer. Also consider getting a flashlight that charges by hand crank or solar power. These types of flashlights aren't affected by battery shortages and can double as emergency radios or phone chargers. Bonus points if it has a built-in USB port. Here's another tip. Don't forget the kids. If you have little ones at home, grab a small flashlight or headlamp they can keep under their bed. It gives them a little independence and peace of mind during stressful times. And hey, don't wait until the power's out to test your gear. Try turning off the lights tonight and see how well your flashlight works. Is it bright enough? Does it flicker? Can you find it easily in the dark? Most people underestimate how much they rely on artificial light until it's gone. Don't let yourself be caught fumbling in the dark when a little prep can make all the difference. Item number 6, portable radio. Let's talk about something most people forget in their emergency prep, a portable radio. You might be thinking, who even uses a radio anymore? But here's the deal. When the grid goes down, so does your internet. No Wi-Fi means no news updates, no weather alerts, and no way to know what's happening outside your front door. That's where a good old-fashioned radio comes in. A simple, battery-powered or hand-crank radio can give you real-time updates from FEMA, NOAA, or local emergency channels. Think of it like your lifeline to the world when everything else is offline. These radios are small, affordable, and easy to find at Walmart. Look for ones that include features like AM/FM, weather band channels, and maybe even a USB port to charge your phone in a pinch. Some models even come with a built-in flashlight and power bank, making them a multitasking survival tool. Here's why this matters. During a blackout or natural disaster, information saves lives. Knowing if there's flooding nearby, a curfew in effect, or when help is on the way can change your entire plan. You don't want to be guessing while others are tuning in. Also, don't just buy one and toss it in a drawer. Test it out now. Make sure it picks up signals clearly and that you know how to operate it, especially in the dark. If you have kids, teach them how to use it too. Item number 7, cash. Let's talk about something most of us carry less and less of, cash. You probably use a card or your phone for just about everything these days. Coffee, tap to pay, groceries, app scan, gas, chip reader. But here's the hard truth. When the grid goes down, so does every payment system you rely on. No power means no internet, no card readers, and no way to swipe or tap. That cute barista who usually takes your Venmo, suddenly they can't help you without cash. And trust me, during a crisis, people will start refusing cards altogether. Cash doesn't need Wi-Fi, it doesn't need batteries, it works anywhere, anytime. That's why having a small stash of paper money tucked away could be the difference between getting what you need and going home empty-handed. Most stores won't stay open long during a blackout, but the ones that do, they'll only take cash. Bottled water, snacks, even a warm meal. If you want it, you're paying in bills. So how much should you have? Experts suggest at least $100 to $200 in small denominations. Think 20s, 10s, and 5s. It's easier to trade and more practical than carrying around a $100 bill when buying a bag of chips. Here's another thing, hide it smart. Don't keep all your cash in one place, maybe one stash at home, one in your car, and maybe even one in your emergency bag. Just make sure it's dry, safe, and easy to grab if you need to move fast. Here's item number 8. First aid kit. Let's talk about something most people own but no one ever thinks about until it's too late, a first aid kit. You probably have one tucked away in a kitchen cabinet or buried under old receipts in your car. But here's the deal. Having a first aid kit is not the same as being prepared. And during a grid down emergency, even a small injury can turn serious fast. When the power's out and hospitals are overwhelmed or closed, you won't be able to just run to urgent care for a cut, burn, defeat, or sprain. That's why knowing how to treat basic injuries at home becomes a survival skill, not just a convenience. A solid first aid kit from Walmart has everything you need to handle minor emergencies. Gauze, adhesive bandages, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers, medical tape, tweezers, gloves, you name it. It doesn't have to be fancy, just stocked and ready. Here's a tip. Don't just buy the kit and forget it. Check it every few months. Replace expired items, refill used up supplies, and make sure everything's still usable. A first aid kit that's missing key tools is basically just a box of Band-Aids. Item number 9, hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes. Let's talk about something most people don't think of as survival gear, but should: hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes. When the grid goes down, clean water becomes scarce fast. That means no showers, no hand washing, and suddenly germs spread like wildfire. And trust me, the last thing you want during an emergency is to get sick from something preventable. That's where hand sanitizer comes in. It's quick, it's easy, and it kills germs when soap and water aren't around. Grab the kind with at least 60% alcohol. It actually works. Toss a few travel-sized bottles in your emergency bag, your car, even your coat pockets. You'll be glad you did. Disinfectant wipes are just as important. Use them to clean surface, wipe down phones, or sanitize shared items like flashlights, tools, or food containers. They're also perfect for giving your hands a quick once-over when gloves aren't handy. Item number 10. Duct tape. Let's talk about one of the most underrated survival tools on this list, duct tape. That roll of gray tape sitting in your garage or junk drawer, it's not just for fixing a loose pipe or holding down extension cords. In a grid down situation, duct tape becomes your go-to fix-it tool for just about everything. Tent tearing, duct tape. Shoes falling apart, duct tape. Broken flashlight, you guessed it, duct tape. It's like carrying around a mini repair shop in a roll. Here's what makes it so useful. It's strong, sticky, and surprisingly flexible. It can hold things together, patch holes, bundle items, even mark trails if you're bugging out. Some people have used it to splint broken limbs or keep gear dry in wet weather. And here's a pro tip. Wrap a few feet around a pencil or dowel so it's easy to carry and unwind. Or cut small strips ahead of time and stick them to your water bottle or backpack for quick access. Don't worry about fancy brands, just grab the standard silver kind from Walmart. It works just as well and costs less than a sandwich. Item number 11, lighter, flint stick. Let's talk about something you probably carry in your pocket or drawer without thinking. Your lighter, but during a grid down situation, fire becomes one of your most valuable tools. It keeps you warm, cooks food, purifies water, and gives you light when the sun goes down. So having a reliable way to start a flame, that's not just useful, it's essential. Now, most people reach for a Bic. And hey, that works until it runs out of fuel or gets wet. That's why you shouldn't rely on just one type of fire starter. Have backups. Enter the flint stick. This little metal rod creates sparks even when wet, windy, or worn down. It lasts way longer than a lighter and doesn't depend on gas. Learning how to use one could save your life. Up next at item number 12, water purification tablets. Because when the tap stops running, not all water is safe to drink, even if it looks clean. Let's talk about something most people overlook, water that looks clean but could still make you sick. When the grid goes down, tap water stops flowing fast. That means you'll start looking for other sources. Streams, lakes, maybe even old rainwater. But here's the hard truth. Just because it looks clear doesn't mean it's safe. Your gut, your body, it can't handle invisible threats like bacteria, parasites, or viruses. And one sip of bad water can knock you out cold when you need to stay strong. That's where water purification tablets come in. Small, lightweight, and super easy to pack. Just drop one in your bottle, wait a few minutes, and boom, you've got clean water you can drink without getting sick. They're not fancy, but they work. Most tablets kill off harmful stuff fast and last for years if stored properly. Grab a few bottles from Walmart while they're still on the shelves. Item number 13, emergency blankets. Let's wrap things up with something that looks like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie. Emergency blankets. You've probably seen these shiny, crinkly things in first aid kits or handed out at races. But here's the thing, they're not just for show. These lightweight wraps are built to reflect body heat and keep you warm, even when it's freezing outside. When the grid goes down, so does your heater. That means cold nights, no hot showers, and if you're caught outside, serious risk of hypothermia. And trust me, shivering through the night isn't fun or safe. Emergency blankets help trap your body heat fast. They're super light, packed down small, and can be wrapped around you like a cozy space burrito. Some even come in packs of 2 or 3, perfect for families or tossing one into every bag you own. Here's what else they do. Act as ground cover, sunshades, or even signal tools. The shiny side reflects sunlight, making them great for getting attention if you're lost or stranded. Don't let their flimsy look fool you. They're tough enough to use more than once if you're careful. Just don't toss them in your kit already torn or crumpled beyond repair. Pro tip, grab a couple now and test them out. Wrap yourself up, sit outside at night, see how long you stay warm. It's better to know now than find out during a real emergency. And here's something most people forget. Keep one in your car. Winter breakdowns happen fast, and waiting for help in the cold is no joke. An emergency blanket could be the difference between survival and serious danger. So don't skip this one. It might not look like much, but when the temperature drops and there's no shelter in sight, you'll be glad you brought it. So there you have it. 13 survival essentials you can grab at Walmart before the grid goes down. None of these are crazy expensive. None require special skills, and all of them could make a real difference when things go sideways. If this video helped you feel more prepared, or even just gave you something to think about, hit that like button below